Give thanks. As I give thanks for the being thou givest.
We're putting together a challenging 21st century piece in 1 week. And it's a process that I'm sure it's beginning at Glyndebourne and back in Berlin, year 2000, they took many, many weeks over. So we're just diving into the deep end.
This is your table, the pathway and altar of ages. May I bring you to it?
So the opera is about a reenactment of this famous, iconic event, the Last Supper, but told from a different perspective, told from the perspective of 2,000 years after it happened.
God is missing from the altar with its victim, seeking the eye of God.
It's a piece that lasts, roughly speaking, 2 hours. Actually, that's a lot of music. It's a lot of material for us to get through. At the same time, the director is watching what we're doing and working out how we can put that on stage as simply as possible, given that we're all going to be singing with our scores in our hands, not the fully fledged opera thing where we know it from memory. She wants to make sure we can navigate around a very simple stage area, just a strip of space across the front with the conductor Martin Brabbins just behind us and the orchestra behind him, and us looking out, catching Martin's beat on 2 or 3 monitors that are around the auditorium, and herding us all around the stage, and constructing simple things like the disciples' dance, and also the creation of the Last Supper table.
When you start to prepare to direct something, my process is trying to think of that double perspective of yourself getting to know the piece more and more, but always trying to think of, if it was fresh eyes and ears seeing it, what would be easy to access and what things might be a bit harder. So then you're thinking, what can we do in terms of how we use the space, how we use lighting, how we tell the story to try to bring it alive. It's about thinking who's coming from where, what's the configuration on the stage at any time. It's interesting thinking about how many people are in play in a scene. And 2 people in play in a scene has a certain number of possibilities. You add a third, you add a fourth. There's a sort of funny physical geometry to it in a way.
The deeming of lives as worthless, demonic thought.
Once we all get here in the space doing it, we find out that that idea worked. That's fantastic. And we find out ideas that don't work. And then the great thing is, as a huge creative team, we try to find, the solutions. We've had a really quite short rehearsal period.
I'm so full of questions, I don't know where to begin.
That has its own challenges, of course. In a way, it has benefits because it means there isn't time to ease into things. One has to all of us make quite bold decisions and try something out. And if we find it doesn't work, then we don't. I think sometimes with a more luxurious and a longer rehearsal period, it's easy to play safe or to not really go for stuff. And actually what's been brilliant is everybody has thrown themselves in. Very early on, lots of really interesting things started to come out and lots of ideas from the performers themselves, which has been really, really good.
Yes. Do you want us in any particular order?
Yes. Because then to come back.
Yes.
Yeah. As a director, you want to be able to create a setting that's clear enough for people to then go, oh, great, I've got this idea, can I try that? So it's sort of proposing the idea clearly, and then people play.
She's working her magic on us, getting us to do things that we didn't think we'd be able to do in such a short space of time. She's also very conscious of our needs, the principal one of which is to have two hands to hold the copy. Because if you think about it, any prop that needs to be carried onto stage means that you can't turn your page. The most desperate thing in a piece like this is to know where you are, follow your way through the score, and be at the right place at the right time. The moment you turn away from the monitors where Martin's giving us the beat and look at someone, you lose your place either with Martin or with the score. So we have to negotiate that very carefully. Victoria has such experience of working with singers in this way that she's able to get a sort of picture that works for her and maybe just tease us to do a little bit more, or give us room to say, if you want to fill this space by doing such and such, you are welcome to. With each rehearsal, as we get more and more confident, we feel we can add a little bit more to it. So she might herself say that in other ways she's a traffic policeman, just making sure people arrive at the right position at the right time. And that just keeps us all happy, frankly.
The ingredients that we have are amazing, and they've actually sort of all slotted into place bit by bit during the week. So the way that it fits together as a puzzle is quite extraordinary. Everything just kind of bursts into Technicolor, if you like.